You are live. Wow, I'm telling you, I'm moving. I'm trying to get in my seat. I'm trying to get to where you all got what everybody is this morning. And I'm looking at the clock again, and it's 2 minutes after 12 instead of 12 o'clock exactly. And I've gotten myself here with all of these different posts and all these wonderful things I'm doing. And I'm looking forward to spending today with you. Hello, everybody. I'm Pastor WIllie. I welcome you to another edition of our Kingdom Fundraisers Live. I'm great to be here with you all. I'm honored, and I know it's great to see you all. I've got my dear friend about to log on here any minute now, Brother Mark. I see he's already popped in, so we're looking forward to seeing you guys and everybody and listening to what we have to offer you today. Listen. Let me share it this way. It's kind of interesting how I decided I wanted to have a conversation with you all because last night, Elle and I were watching a movie. I don't know if you all ever seen it or heard of it, but it's Figures. And in the movie, the two characters, Al Harrison and Katherine Johnson, were played by oh God, the name just walked away from me. But anyway, it was about the African American women who assisted NASA in the very first space launch. It was an awesome movie and it's one of my favorites, along with another one that deals with history. And it was interesting that Ella and I was watching movies with women who had key figures in our country and things that we've done. And anyway, so the two figures, Al Harrison and Katherine Johnson. Katherine was the African American intelligent woman who knew so much about math and knew how to help them get John Glenn and all the other astronauts into space. But Al Harrison kept asking his team this question: do you think we can get to the moon? And over and over and over again. And in his mind, he would say, we're already there. And at the end of the movie, after they were successful, and Catherine, why my mind can't remember who played the young lady in the movie. But anyway, he asked her at the end of the movie, after they were successful with the launch and getting John Glenn around the globe and back home, he asked her the question again, do you think we'll get to the moon? And she answered him by saying, we're already there, sir. And that's kind of what I want to lean on with you all today. I want to have the conversation with you all that, we don't wait on the money. We build like it's already coming. Can you see yourself a successful fundraiser? Can you see having a successful nonprofit? Can you see yourself having a successful mission or organization, whether it's for-profit or nonprofit? Can you already see it? Because I want you to have the mindset that it's already done. It's already there. And we want to speak to you with that manner today. I'm going to show you what might be blocking your funding, and I want to show you how we can fix it. Is that okay? Because oftentimes it's in the mindset, but we don't really know what to do. And so I want to share some of that with you before I get into that. Good morning, Mark. I'm sorry. I'm already in the conversation, and many of you all can tell I'm losing my voice a little bit. It's primarily because I'm spending a lot of time this week coaching and speaking to some of the clients that are already funded, and we're working on their reports. It's the quarterly reports that are due. And many of them are just getting done. Most of them are done by the 5th. We got one more, I think, and I'll be working on. And then there are 3 grants that 2 of the clients are focused on. So I'm spending a lot of time talking, and I'm losing it a little bit, but I want to make sure things are clear with you all, okay? I want to remind you all to go to my website, WePete Inc. We'll be posting that here in a minute. Download the opportunity for your free consultation with me. You can go there now, and guess what? You can get some of your material, both spiritual and the nonprofit topics. 3 of our books are online now. Taxes and Tithes is Your Money is there. The 1-minute prayer guide or Teach Us How to Prayer guide is there. The 5 R's for successful fundraising, they're already there. And some of the guides that you can get that we talk about weekly are already there. And you can, as I said, you can go there and you can connect to me through Calendly, and you can schedule a discovery session where we can have a conversation about how to get your nonprofit off of paper onto the pavement, or if you're already rolling, how to go from stuck to sustainability. So we want to make sure we can offer you the opportunity. So go to the official website, WePeteInc.com. And again, if you go, while you're there, you can connect and get your session, or you can go to the bookstore and you can get those things that you need. Also, to connect to all of my social media sites, you can go to Linktree, as you can see it on here, Linktree, linktr.ee/Pastor Willie. There you can connect to all of my social media sites. You can subscribe to me there. You subscribe to YouTube. You can join the 1-minute prayer movement private page. Soon, I'm announcing this. We're going to have a Kingdom Fundraisers Live private page because we're getting ready to launch our Fundraising Made Simple tour and webinar. We're working on that now, but Mark and I are working on that, and that's going to be released, I promise you, any day now. You'll see it posted, and really the post is the first post is simply just going to say, it's really just going to say, we're certainly updating the bookstore, so stay tuned for new announcement. And that's what we're really doing. And you'll see, save the date. I intend, if God allows, I intend to launch this webinar right after Labor Day. It's a 3-day Labor Day intensive, along with an accelerator day for VIPs. And then the opportunity to step up and be a part of our mastermind, where you get that one-on-one stuff that people really want and need. And we have several clients already there. But the Fundraising Made Simple tour, that's both of them are 8-hour course where you get to spend 8 hours, whether you do it through the webinar, 3-day or a 2-day intensive live. We're scheduling those lives in September already. We have 3 locations we'll be doing them in. And so guess what? Get ready for the Fundraising Made Simple tour. Give you a hint now. In the first portion of it, I'll give everybody my secret sauce, which is the logic model. We walk you through that. The VIPs, we do hands-on with it. Day 2 is either the Fundraising Made Simple for you, or fundraising is either funding. Help me, Lord. If you're a church and you're trying to do it, we talk about faith-based and fundable. So if you're a regular nonprofit, it's Fundraising Made Simple, or faith-based and fundable. It's really designed, Fundraising Made Simple, for a mission or ministry. Simply put, those are day 2. Then the 3rd day is how to fund your life. We combine all of that into a intensive program because many of us make a shift. I was talking to my spiritual daughter today about one of the shifts in her life and how to continue to raise money. She's a concert composer, and those shifts she has to continue to work no matter what her life or her body does. And many of us fundraisers, we have to make shifts sometimes. The program, for example, here in the United States, when one government program stops, how do we continue to fund that program or find ways to help our constituents or our avatars or our clients, whatever you call them? How do we make the shift? And so we talk about how to fund your life, and that's including you and your program. That's on day 3. And then the accelerator, we get a lot deeper into that for those that go into the accelerator program. And guess what? For those VIPs that go into the accelerator, you'll have an opportunity to get a 5-day, 4-night vacation on us. And that's pretty simple because all you have to do is $20. You register with $20. And when you get ready to take this 5-day, 4-night vacation. All you do is pay the taxes, which has never been over $300. And I'm pretty sure it's never, I don't know anyone that said it's more than that. And you get to go to 4- and 5-star resorts, hotels, wherever you want to go. You get to pick from a lot of locations, well over 100-something locations around the world. And you'll get that as a part of the VIP accelerator. So I'm giving out the news now of what we'll be doing in this next less than 30 days. The package is done. I'm going to be handing it all over to Mark this weekend. Yes, Mark, I know you're already working on some things, but you know me, I make some serious adjustments. But for those that sign in for the faith-based fundraising made simple webinar, those are the 3 days. If you do the VIP and go through the accelerator, you have some really, really awesome packages that go along with that. And the opportunity of fine-tuning who you are and what you're doing. So stay tuned. Amen. Stay tuned. Faith-based fundraising. It's actually fundraising made simple. There is a webinar coming in September, and we already have 3-city tour, faith-based or fun. I'm sorry. My other phone just wants to ring today. I thought it was off. I'm sorry about that. Fundraising Made Simple tour. So, with all that said, let me give you some things from this tour that kind of is going to be helpful to everybody, because, as I said, I was watching this Hidden Figures, and what really came to my mind in that, again, as a character, Al Harrison, and these are real characters who worked for NASA back in the 60s, again, in the first space launch for NASA. And that was really done right up the road of where I live now at the Kennedy Space Center here. And Al Harrison, the true character, and then Katherine Johnson, the true character, they were having a conversation, and he asked not only them, but he asked the staff, do you think we can get to the moon? And the answer that she gave him at the end of it, which is what he used to tell his people, think like we're already there. And I'm saying the same thing to you. Can you see your program expanding? Can you see the funds that you need? Well, you need to think like it's already there and already funded. And now there are 3 things that I'm going to share with you all today. Every time we meet, I want to give you something that I think you can put your hands on and use right now, because I think there are 3 funding blocks that I want to help you fix today. 3 things that I know. There are a little more. There's usually 5, and there's more. On that third day, you'll see me talk about 5 fixes, 10 fixes. One of the 5 R's that we had originally, and we've added to that. But today I want to focus on 3 things that I know that tend to block. They block what we're trying to do. 3 actionable blocks that we can fix today. Are you stuck? Let me ask it that way. Sometimes we get stuck, and we're not sure how to get out of being stuck. And so again, my goal is to get you from stuck to sustainability. So, excuse me. So the first block I want to deal with, the first one is no clear statement of need. Listen, we were on the grants that we're writing today, and the clients I'm working with this week, not just today. There are 5 areas in those grants that each grant was asking for. And these are federal and state grants. Each one of them are asking for these 5 things: your statement of need, your organizational development, an evaluation plan, your budget, and your budget narrative. Again, they were asking for your statement of need. They were asking for your organizational development. Actually, they was asking for your program plan, your evaluation of your program plan, and your budget along with a narrative. You can call that 6, but those are the 5. One more time: statement of need, organizational development, your program plan, your evaluation of how you're going to evaluate that plan for success, and number 5 was your budget, which included a narrative. In order to do those things, I offer, and I'm going to offer it to you today. For those of you online and you want this secret sauce that I deal with in my first day of the Fundraising Made Simple webinar, I'm going to give you a tool. If you DM me today on Facebook or email me at REVWPETE at Gmail. RevWPete at Gmail. Email me that you want this secret sauce. Just say, Pastor, I want your secret sauce, or just type in secret sauce and I'll send it to you free of charge today. And email me at REV, or give me your email and put it to DM me your email. That way it's private. Just send it to me here on Facebook. DM me. Don't put it, make it public. Give it to me on Facebook, DM me, or email me at REVWPETE at Gmail. And I'll send you this free secret sauce guide that I have. And it's really how to do a logic model. And all those 5 things that the funders are asking for, I help people do that using my logic model. And so DM me, I'll give you that. But you need a clear statement of need. And I know you're passionate, but because you're passionate about something, your funders want proof. They don't want your passion. They want your proof. They want your impact. What are you going to do and how you're going to do it? And so to fix it today, let me help you, give you one simple thing that you can do to be able to help your statement of need. Google the stats about your community and the issue that you want. Many of your funders want stats. So if you say you're going to fix, the problem in the area, your statement of need is juvenile delinquency, or nothing for children to do after school, then you should be able to Google in your area what programs are already there. The stats of actual figure database. Get some database on the information that you're telling a funder. That's the start of your statement of need, backing up what your need is. I know you need childcare centers. Well, back it up. There's not enough, or how many in your 1 mile radius. So you can tell a funder, here's the reason why we need to do this. Here's the reason why my organization needs to do that. Okay, that's the first one, a clear statement of need. The second thing is no realistic program budget. If you don't know what the cost is, you can't get the cash. If you don't know the cost, you can't get the cash. So how do we fix that? Write your top 3 expenses, and then multiply that times 12, and now you have a starter annual budget. A lot of us don't. If I ask you how much do you need, believe this, I do this every day. And when I'm talking to new clients or potential clients, I ask them, how much do you need? And I hear this all the time. I'm not sure. I don't know. Well, if you don't know, how can I help you get the funding for it? So you need to know what your program budget is for the year. You need to know your line items. Each grant asks for line items. If you're not sure what that looks like, you can go online and download a grant. Even though you're not ready to fill it out, download the grant and look at the particulars of that grant. In it, it has a budget. It tells you the line item that they will approve. You need to be able to do that. Hello. So if you do that for yourself on your own, oftentimes my clients will find a grant in the area that they want to serve. We'll download that grant, and that's how we prepare them for funding. My first 90 days with a client is not writing you a grant. It's qualifying you for funding. And these are the 3 things we work on. No vision, the third one, no vision. No vision on paper. The scriptures say, write the vision, make it plain, so that they that read it might follow it. Your program needs a map. And that's exactly what funders want. The map, the program plan is what I just called it. First one, statement of need. Second was your organizational, what is your organization program? What is the capacity? How do I know you can solve the problem? If it's just you, then how are you going to solve the problem of 30 people and you're the only person? Well, then we need to write in staff that you're going to hire and what the cost you're going to pay them for their work. You need to be reasonable in the amount that you're going to pay them. So when I talk about doing research, find out what's the reasonable average rate of pay for a person in that position, so that you're not overpaying or underpaying someone. Come on, somebody. How many volunteers do you have? When we write a grant, we use in-kind services. And if you tell me you have 5 volunteers, I multiply their time and use their dollar figure for those times, and that goes into your budget. I can use those things to help you get funding. And you need to have it on paper. We need to write it out. We need to map it out, the strategy in which you want to do, because that's what funders want. So the fix for that is on paper, write down who you're going to serve, write down what are you going to do, write down what success looks like to you, your goals, your outcomes. What does success look like to you? 5 people in your program, 10 people in your program. What are you going to do with them, for them? And at the end of what you do, what do you expect the outcome for that individual or that group of people to be? And then how you're going to measure that outcome. That's the evaluation plan. How are you going to measure it? How are you going to show me that you achieved it? And watch this. How are we going to get there? This is the rough draft of a logic model, basically. The 5 things I just went over, the few things I just went over, that's your rough draft, okay? And so, again, if you want this map that I have, a 1-sheet starter for you, DM me, and I promise you, I'll help you get there, to get some of these things that you want, okay? So now, let's review them for you. You need a clear statement of need. You need an organizational development. You need your program plan, and you need your evaluation and budget. These are the things that funders are looking for. That's what you want to make sure. So if you DM me, use the word secret sauce, and I'll send you a 1-sheet that help you do all of that, right? So ask yourself again, what does success look like to you? Huh? And if you can define what it looks like to you, guess what? You can define what it looks like to a funder, or what it's going to be for a funder. Because watch this, y'all. Success for you is success for your funder. See, they want to invest their money, their dollars, their time into individuals that's going to achieve the goal. They don't want to spend money just because they want to spend money. Because guess what? Funders have to report their dollars to somebody also. So if they invest into you, they have to report those investments. If it's a federal grant, they have to report to their federal bosses. So if it's a state grant, they have to report it to the feds. If it's a county grant, they have to report to the state. There's an upline to everything we do. And so that's what we want to help you do today. That's a part of the Kingdom Fundraisers. Our goal is to get you from startup to sustainability, or get you from being stuck to sustainability. And if you're new at it, we want to get your vision off paper and onto the pavement. So don't forget to look for the announcement of the Fundraising Made Simple tour and or webinar. Depending on where you are in the country, that tour is coming to you. If you're interested in having it come to you, DM me again and use the word tour, TOUR. And we'll have a conversation about how to bring this tour to you. But the webinar is going to be 3 days for a general audience. VIP is the 4th day, which is the accelerator. And for those who really want to go deep into our personal helping you personally with me or my team, there's a mastermind team or group. You have an opportunity. We'll talk more about that only in the accelerator. So that's not open to everybody. You get to automatically get to join free the webinar. You get to have to sign up. The sign up for the webinar will be released real soon. Sign up for those who want to go intensively. We have the VIP session that follow each day. Along with the Saturday, you get an accelerator on Saturday where you can pull out your paperwork and we're going to work. And then for those who really want to dive deep, your mastermind is coming. That's a lot of information, but I'm here to help you. Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for listening. Remember, I'm going to give you those things one more time. You ready? You need a clear statement of need. You need your organizational development or your capacity. You need your program plan. And how do you measure the success of that program plan? Your evaluation helps you measure the success. And then your budget. And when you do the budget, we do a narrative. Many of you all don't know what a narrative. Maybe one day we'll have a session on a budget narrative. But you can't just tell them, I need $1,000 and I'm going to spend $500 on this. You need to explain what that $500 is being spent on and why. Okay. That's a lot, but that's what it's all about. Thanks for joining me today for our Kingdom Fundraisers Live. I appreciate you. So thank God for you. God bless you. We'll see you this time next week.